Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am working on some pieces for an upcoming video, which I think I have talked about so many bloody times, but I've actually not completed it yet. I guess I should probably announce it now, because otherwise you guys would be so confused as to what I'm drawing. So basically, over the last wee while, I've been working on a cosplay, which is Cardcaptor Sakura's pajama cosplay, essentially. I have been working on it for quite some time. I had to stop because I was recording and my camera died and a bunch of other things happened, so it's just kind of a knock-on effect, and I didn't actually manage to get it finished in the time frame I was hoping to get it finished in, which sucks. And recently I've been really sick. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my voice is probably not the most amazing. I don't know, maybe I always sound nasally, but today particularly I sound quite nasally. So I do apologize, and if I start coughing, also apologies, but that's what happens when you get sick. So because of a accumulation of many things, I actually haven't finished this cosplay yet, but it is so blimmin' close, it's not even funny. And the last thing I pretty much have to do is finish off the pants to make sure they fit, and then I can do a photo shoot, which is kind of the other thing that's been holding me back, because busy all the time, ever, always. But yes, I'm hoping to get this finished sometime soon, because I really want to get this video up for you guys. So essentially what I'm making, that was a very long way of explaining everything. What I'm making is a few different art pieces, or a few different pieces that will go on the title screen of the video, and they will, this is the first of 3 drawings I think I'm going to do, and you'll see later on how it kind of becomes like an emblem type thing, which I'm really excited to use on the video. So yeah, I'm super duper happy with this. I had this vision in my head that it was going to be really flat, and it was going to be really like muted colors, but still kind of true to the colors, I guess. And I wanted it to be lineless vector art, and I kind of wanted this kind of dull look to her face. So she's like a really simple face that is just perfect. I'm really happy with the way it's turned out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video as well. Oh man, this is why I've been putting this off. My throat is already starting to get sore. Oh, cold tea. Yep, that was tasty. So with this, I think the thing I had the most trouble with was the hair, and I kind of just stuck with it. I was really unsure whether or not it was going to work when I went through the line art stages, and I just felt like, I mean, the drawing itself is not the most amazing thing you've ever seen, and it's like really rough, and like, it was just to get an idea of what it looked like. I actually hate drawing Sakura's hair because it just never looks right, and actually I'm looking at her wig now, and like from doing the wig as well, it's so hard to look right. It's such an odd hairstyle, and they just do so well to make it look right, and I can't, basically. But I'm happy with the way it turns out in the end, and I think when I pull it back, it like really looks good. Ooh, cold tea's gonna have to do. So yeah, her hair was probably the most troubling piece to do for this, and she looks a bit creepy at the moment, but I promise she will look better in a couple of seconds. Also, a really exciting news, I got the laptop that I was talking about in the last video. I was talking about how I was looking at buying a laptop, and it wasn't actually that many days after I talked to you guys that I managed to purchase it, and this is the very first video I'm recording on my new laptop, and I'm so excited. I absolutely love it. It is handling Premiere Pro really well. I've been playing a wee bit of Sims when I was off sick, and it like boots up a lot because it's not really a gaming machine, but it's like on ultra high quality graphics, and it works really well. But I probably won't be playing it too much, so I'm not too worried about it overheating. But so far I have had no issues with it overheating. It gets warm on the keyboard, but it doesn't like burn or anything like that. I haven't tried it on my lap yet. It's not really gonna be a laptop. I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of its name, I guess. But hopefully it'll mostly just sit on my desk, and if I need to, I can take it out with me. And something I'm actually looking forward to, which is kind of really lame, I guess, but just be able to go to cafes and like get out of the house and still be able to do some work would be really good. And I think, yeah, it's gonna be really awesome. Anyways, I'm just moving on to the coloring now, if you guys are wondering. And this, actually, to tell you the truth, this took me like, I think a 2 or maybe 2.5 hours to do, which was really odd for me because it's such a simple piece and there's no line art to it. But I think sometimes if there's no line art, it's actually a lot more complicated, I guess, because you have to make sure that there's excuse me, there's like details in the right place so that it doesn't look completely flat. You kind of have to show a bit of shading here and there so that you can kind of get a depth of the objects and what you're looking at. So I often find that I think flatter pieces are really hard because yes, they're supposed to be minimal and they're supposed to look flat, but they also need to look like they've got some depth to them, and you've got to put the depth in the right places without overdoing it, if that makes sense. So I think that's why this took a little bit longer than I was probably expecting. I honestly didn't think it would take longer than an hour and a half, an hour 40 minutes maybe. Oh man, throat is hurting now. It's really cold tea. Also I've noticed that with my taste buds not being or with my nose being so blocked that my tea hasn't tasted as good as it has usually, especially my peppermint tea. Like, you know, when you drink like a peppermint or a mint flavored something, it's supposed to like it gives you like especially when it's hot, you kind of get that cold feeling, or like that what do you call it, like the freshness, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like with my blocked nose, I can't even get that. I just get slightly flavored tea. It's mostly just water that I can taste, really. Oh, it's not even my peppermint tea. That's actually my Central Vanilla, which I can't taste. I can't even smell it. Man, this sucks. Don't get sick. Being sick sucks. Ugh. So yeah, what was? Oh yes. So yes, you can see how I play with the hair, and I do a few of the strands. Like with some shadowing and stuff, just to kind of give it a wee bit of depth. In the major areas, like she's a really prominent, I want to say cowlick, but it's not really a cowlick, it's more of a part, I guess, at the top of her hair, if you know her quite well. And there's like lots of layers like around her face and things like that. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out in the end, but it was a bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie. Something I actually really love about this piece is the hands. These are probably the most detailed fingers I've done for quite a while. I think everything else in my 100-day challenge has been headshots mostly, if not entirely. I think the only hands that I've done are, I did Arn's hands from Persona 5, and I can't think. I don't think I've done hands anytime. Yeah, mostly just headshot shots so far, I think. So I'm really happy with the way the hands turned out. When I was drawing them, I felt like I had them correct, and then it was just really easy to just go in with the pen tool and trace around what I had done, and I think that it looks good. And I had a wee bit of fingernails as well because I felt like the hands just need a little bit more detail as well in there. I was a little unsure about the skin tone. Because I just kind of chose it. I don't know if it put me off, but it felt like it was too vibrant. Or too pigmented, but I just left it because sometimes I feel like the skin tone can make the piece, as in like set the tone maybe. And I felt like it did. It's sort of muted, but it's still quite dominant. It's not pale, that's for sure. And it meant that I could have a really dark shadowing as well without it looking odd. So I'm really happy with the way it turns out. But at first I was like, maybe I need to make that lighter. I think I did make it like a shade lighter, but like hardly anything. Oh, excuse me. I was gonna say that I really like the dark color, or the black alternative that I used in this, around her mouth and things. And I use it for her eyes, yeah. And I'm just doing her eyebrows, which I do in the same color as well. Otherwise, they kind of got lost. But yeah, I really like that. It's like a dark purple, basically. So everything's kind of in the same tone and things. And I think it's like a technique that I think I've picked up. I don't know. I don't know what it was that taught me it. But basically, it's a technique that I've picked up recently. And I really like doing that instead of using harsh blacks, using a lot of muted or maybe like dark blues or dark reds, depending on how the piece feels. Like if it's a really blue or greeny tone, then maybe I'll go for a dark blue or a dark emeraldy color. Or the dark browns are always really good. They're really soft alternative to black. So you can still kind of keep them relatively neutral, the lines, but using a brown kind of softens it up. And actually I do the same technique when I do traditional as well. Is actually that's probably what set me off to try and do it more in my digital art, is because when I was in Japan, I bought a set, and the set came with the Copic marker, not Copic marker, it's like the Copic pen liner, and it's a sepia tone one. And I started to use that in my artwork, and I just felt like it gave it a little more softness to probably what I'm used to. I still like using black, but there's kind of situations where you should use it and situations where you can probably get away with not needing to use it. So, yeah. So I think I'm coming towards the end of like the first hour of doing this. And then today I just finished this up actually like literally like an hour ago. And then I've just been editing this to get this out for you guys for tonight so that I'm on schedule. But yeah, I basically just need to color in the staff head, which when I drew it, I was unsure of whether or not it's correct in terms of its placement or its angles. Honestly, I still don't even know if it's correct. I'll probably look at it in a few days and go, oh, that's disgusting. But I think I do clean it up enough that you can kind of get away with it. It's not exactly entirely 100% correct, but I didn't want to just do another version of her wand, which was just side or like a 3/4 angle, but I just wanted to do something that was a little bit more tricky, maybe a little bit more realistic as well. I mean, it's probably not realistic because of the angle I put it on, but at least it looks more realistic than her just, holding it out flat. It would make sense if she's side on that the wand is flat, or if she's holding it up that it's flat, but I felt like it was just like and the way I had drawn it, it was kind of meant to be sort of a bit more, not authentic, what's the word I'm looking for, casual, or just like, woo. I guess, yeah, it looks more authentic. Ooh. Oh man. We're getting through this. We're getting through it. Also, the other thing I was really gutted about was her... No, I'm pretty sure, 100% sure. Maybe I'm not. No, it is. So her the front of her jacket has the stars, and they are supposed to be the orange color, but they just don't blend well with that pink. And I'm kind of thinking, like, in real life, whether or not they look fine, but they look fine in real life. Because they kind of have like a nice, I've done like I don't have a, is it an embroidery machine? Yeah, I don't have an embroidery machine. I think that's what it is. So I've just like done a zigzag stitch around the edge of them. But anyways, in this piece I've had to make it a slightly different color because basically you could not see them otherwise, or they're just blending and making your eyes hurt essentially. And also later on I changed her socks to be feet because I felt like it was just too much. There wasn't enough contrast in that area, I guess. Yeah. Oh, and I tried teeth and it looked disgusting, so I got rid of them. They actually now looking at them, they don't look 100% bad, but they just did not look right because I guess I just gotten used to it looking the way I had. So, nope, got rid of those. You'll see that I didn't do shading absolutely everywhere that you probably could do. I really wanted to go for that really flat effect, especially when it was going over something like this is going to show over top of a moving image, so I wanted this to stand out and be really simple and obvious about what it was without putting too much detail and kind of getting it blending into the background and things. So I hope that that translates. I tried to put it over top of some footage, but I actually haven't got half the footage on my computer yet. I still have heaps to transfer over. So once I do that, I can kind of show you guys, which I think I will show you for the screenshots. I haven't done that. I've just shown you what the piece looks like. But when I do finish all 3 of them, I'll show you guys what it looks like against the background. And hopefully you guys will enjoy something a little bit different for the end screenshot, basically. Oh, man. Oh, man. My throat. You might have also noticed that I haven't posted for quite some time. I have been super duper busy, and also unwell, so, you know, combination of things do not help. But I really wanted to get this out for you guys today, obviously, like I said earlier, and I didn't post anything last week. No, I didn't post anything last week because of, man, I don't even know. 101 things. I think I was actually cleaning up my desk. Oh no, I did that on Tuesday. Who knows what I was up to, but I would have liked to have gotten something out, but that's all right. I was going to say something, but I have completely forgotten. Oh yeah, that did not work. I was going to do highlights in her hair and it just looked awful. And I tried kind of like a squiggly random thing and that just looked worse. And then I tried orange and that looked even worse. So I guess it kind of matches to do the flat thing. But I did feel like I needed to do the highlights on the eye of the staff and the bottom. As they kind of didn't look live-like without them. Oh, man. Ugh. My throat is not doing well. I apologize for all the coughing, guys. I promise next week it'll be good. Maybe this is why I didn't do it. Actually, that probably was 100% the reason why I didn't film something last week, and also why I haven't done a vlog for you guys, is that not only have I not been up to too much, but yeah, I've had this sore throat for actually quite a while, and the last thing I wanted to do was to try and speak to you guys for 20 or so minutes about what I've been up to when I actually haven't been doing a hell of a lot. So I do have an exciting weekend planned, so I am going to be filming that. And I have an amazing week coming up next week. I have so many things on. Work is taking us for a trip to... Oh, should I tell you or should I keep a mystery? I'll be back in 2 seconds. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I just had a wee bit of a coughing fit to clear my throat. Yes, so I've got an exciting week next week. But I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm off to just yet. I guess you will find out when I send the vlog out, I guess. So mystery location, mystery events, and it's going to be so much fun. Oh man, can't win, can I? But I will definitely try to vlog as much as I can with that, but obviously I'm around people that I'm not usually with, so they may not be comfortable with me vlogging, so but I guess the style of vlogging that I do now is not really intrusive. It's just more just videoing everything and anything I see, so I'll try and film as much as I can, but no promises there. Obviously, well, I'll do my best. I promise I'll do my best. So what I'm working on now is the kind of banner, or like, I guess it's the background that kind of makes the whole image whole, I guess. Oh, I need some water. But I'm really happy with the way it turns out. I wasn't really sure if it was going to work with the drawings that I'd done, but, or this particular drawing that I had done, because I'd only done it around one of them, which is quite, she's kind of centered. But I think it looks really good, and I love the colors that I really do like the colors I've used, and I don't know how I came up with them, but I guess they all work, and they're just perfect, exactly how I imagined them. And I really like this design that I've come up with to kind of sit around her. And I tried to do some shadowing, and I think I clipping masked it, and it's broke on me a number of times, and it was a bit frustrating, but it worked in the end, I guess. And I was going to make the whole banner and the background pink, but I felt like I wanted that piece at the top to be more sort of bold, and if I made everything pink, it would sort of disappear a wee bit. So I didn't end up making everything pink. But I did do some really cool text around the outside, which I guess I don't think I've ever done text in my vector art speed draws before. But it's really cool to see how I do the can't win. Cannot win. Sorry, guys. It's really cool to see how I do the text around the outside, if you guys were ever wondering. If you want to do circle text, make sure you have a broken circle, otherwise it'll just keep putting text inside the circle. So I made the line basically where I needed the text, and I could have done 2 of these, but I felt like just keeping it really simple, most of the arc if I could. And then I went and did some sort of handwritten text, which is amatic, and then like made the spacing like super huge. I think it was like 250 or 150 or something ridiculous. And then I just repeated it on both sides, and then put a little star in the middle because I felt like I just needed something to sort of keep it within the universe, or I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure she does have something similar to this. I've seen something similar to this somewhere, but yeah, I'm really happy where it turned out, and it looks really authentic. And she I think she writes her name like that on the cloud card, Sakura, like in big capital letters like that. So I feel it's really fitting, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Oh man. So yeah, just doing a few small pieces now, and I'm just going to, oh yeah, and her socks. And then I'll show you guys the final product. There you go. So anyways, thank you so much guys for watching, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of these in the future. Hit the like button if you loved it, and leave a comment below if you want to give me any suggestions for the future. That is it from me. I hope next week I'll be much better. Thanks for watching. I am pretty awesome. So are you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.